everyone, it's Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. Very excited about today's video. Today I'm in a collab hosted by the Purple Pixie, and you will just love her channel. It is called Save the Earth Collab, where we take trash and make treasure out of it. Please go check out her channel. She has amazing projects. You will absolutely love her. And it is co-hosted by Theresa B DIY. I love her channel as well. You'll definitely want to go check both these ladies out. Theresa has a lot of farmhouse and shabby chic projects, and it's just really, really awesome. In addition to that, Theresa, who is a retired military, by the way, thank you for your service, Theresa. We really do appreciate it. She is donating all of her AdSense to the Fisher House. And so you can go to her video, and in her description box, she has a link. It describes her story and information about the Fisher House, which sounds absolutely amazing. So again, thank you for your service, Theresa. Really do appreciate it. All right. So moving on, this very first project, I have, it's this black plastic spool. I get macrame, my macrame rope or my macrame cord, whatever you want to call it. They come on these spools. And so I had two of them that I kept. So instead of throwing them out. And what I decided to do is I went ahead and painted them with the Rust-Oleum linen white all over. Now, this coat that I'm painting is just a quick light coat, and it's actually probably not even necessary. I did it in case anything would show through after I wrap it, because we're going to be wrapping this in twine, but it probably really doesn't, so it would just be up to you if you want to do something, if you have something similar to this that you'd like to do. Now, when I do paint the very top, though, that I'm going to use as the top, I make sure I have like 2 or 3 coats, and that's a nice crisp white, because that will show. So I'm going to go through, and again, I'm just going to do a quick coat on this and then dry it. And then for both the top and the bottom, there's a little lip where that hole is, and I have to, so I use some sandpaper and I just sand that down, because you want it to be flush, or I needed this to be flush, because you want to put something on top, and also the stand that we're going to make that this goes on. So you'll see me doing a little bit of sanding on the top and on the bottom. And I don't know why I filmed so much of me drying this piece. How boring. Anyways, there's where I'm showing you. Yeah, I want to sand that down a little bit and just make it flush. And I think, yeah, I do that to the bottom as well. So, yeah, this project was really easy. And, you know, it's amazing when you look at things that, you know, you're getting ready to throw in the recycle bin or in the trash, whatever's appropriate, and to just notice, like, wait a minute, what can I do with this? Trash to treasure actually is my absolute favorite. I love looking at something and giving it a new life, seeing a completely different thing in it. You know, I don't know. I just think that's really fun. So here I go. I'm going to paint the top of this. Well, top and bottom, but I'm going to paint it white. And again, the one side that I chose for the top, I made sure and painted it 2 or 3 coats. Because it is like a plastic, you know. And I wanted to make sure it had good coverage. Then after I paint it, what I'm going to do is take some twine. Now you could use rope, yarn, ribbon, whatever, lace, fabric, I mean, or nothing at all. I mean, you could do whatever you'd like, right? I decided to use twine. Oops, we're not there yet. Sorry. We'll get there in a moment. These signs, I used a total of 3 for this project. So these 2 signs right here are from the Dollar Tree. Now, you'll see me flip this over. It's much, much easier to cut this rooster out when it's flipped over. There you go. Just like that. And they pop right off. So I do that to both of these. I'll explain why we need 3 in just a moment here. But, and then I'm going to sand where that rooster was, just to kind of smooth that out. It wasn't too bad, but I wanted to make sure it was smoothed out. So I do that. And then, yeah, I'm going to remove I had trouble, let me tell you, with removing these stickers. Oh my goodness. I had to pull out the heat gun, and yeah, it was craziness. And see the little putty knife and whatever. I think hopefully I stopped filming this. Please tell me I stopped filming this. Did we? I guess I didn't. Anyway, oh good, I did. There you go. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so just gonna paint this white. Now I know it's already white, but I wanted it to be crisp, you know, the same exact white and all that. Now painting the top of it's not 100% necessary. Well, it kind of is because some of it will show, but definitely those sides is what I do. So I'm gonna get these painted. I do end up taking sandpaper and slightly distressing them, but nothing too crazy or nothing too heavy. Just really kind of smooth out brush strokes, and any little distressing that happened while I did that, I was okay with that. So yeah. So going back to the spool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little bead of hot glue, and you'll see that here in a moment. And then I'm going to wrap this, the twine is going to go all the way down that spool, like the middle part. And then when I get towards the bottom, it has to wrap in a flat way. So at that point, you're going to need to use a little bit more hot glue, or more often, I should say, and kind of make sure that the twine goes flat and doesn't bunch up on itself. Hopefully visually we can look at this and I'll explain a little bit better. But so I'm starting off, I'm just going to wrap. This part's really easy. And then every so often I would put just a little bead of hot glue, you know, extra security as I was twisting this around. So I did that. And then we'll get to the point where we're getting towards the bottom. And that's really what I want to show you in case you do have something kind of like this spool that you would use. So see where I'm at here. I'm going to put some hot glue and I'm going to wind. But then as it kind of goes out flat, you just have to make sure that you're kind of holding that down as you're wrapping it and adding more glue than you would initially, because otherwise it's just going to bunch up. I hope that makes sense. But the ultimate goal here, regardless, is I'm just covering this whole thing with twine. So I cover the middle piece, I cover where I'm at right now, that bottom, and then I cover underneath the top. So those are the areas I cover with twine completely. So yeah, I'm trying to show you. See, I am using the hot glue a little bit more. Yeah. All right. So for the top, I did take a little bit larger size rope, larger than the twine, and I am just going to wrap that all the way around. And then what I'm going to do there on the top of this particular piece, there's a little bit of a lip. You can kind of see it, and I didn't want that showing. So after I wrap around with this larger rope, I will wrap on top around that lip area just to hide it, basically. You can kind of see the one above it I've already done. So yeah, so that's what I do there. I mean, this project actually was really easy, but it's amazing to see the outcome based off of what you would have thrown in the recycle bin or thrown away, you know? So yeah, there I'm showing you kind of that little lip. So I go through and add the rope to that as well, just to kind of cover that up. Plus I kind of like the look of it's kind of a double wrap there. I thought that was kind of pretty. Now in the pictures, you'll see I put candles on these. My intention actually is to use a couple mason jars and maybe put some florals in them. It was very, very late when I was finishing this last night. So, kind of for the sake of the video, I showed you with candles on it in the picture, but you could put whatever you like on it. So yeah, a jar, a vase, with flowers, whatever you like. All right. So what I'm doing is I glued those two signs together. Now I'm taking, these little towering blocks, tumbling, whatever they are, from Dollar Tree. And I'm taking 3 of them and gluing them together. And I'm doing 4 sets of them. So glue 3 together, do that 4 times, basically. We're basically making kind of feet to go, well, I guess it is kind of feet to go in the bottom of the Dollar Tree sign. Now, keep in mind, I glued 2 of those together because on the first one I made, which I made off camera, So for some reason, my voiceover, I think, cut out or something. But what I was saying is I made the other one off camera. So these little things I'm putting in as little legs to give it even just a slight more height to it. I wanted varying heights. So that's why I did that. You wouldn't have to do anything like that, but that's just to give you some inspiration and an idea. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and I will paint the full inside. You probably don't need to, but I did. I painted the little wooden feet. I even painted the bottom. Totally probably not necessary, but just to give it a complete look, I guess. So that's what I'm doing here.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no
Okay, so for my next project, I had this little cardboard box. It was like a essential oil warmer from Grove Collaborative. Anyways, the cardboard box was actually really heavy duty. So I was like, this would make a perfect little project. So I just took my little Kraft knife thingy and I cut off the flaps. But I am going to save the larger flap on. You'll see right here. Well, you'll see right here now. So I am going to glue that to the bottom of this box just to give it some extra stability. But this cardboard was actually really, really nice. It wasn't like heavily like that corrugated sides and stuff. It was actually really nice to work with. So anyway, so I'm just trimming off this. I'm going to just hot glue that on the bottom to give it some stability. Now this project is so super simple, but I gotta tell you, bang for your buck, I think, on this one. I could not believe it, and now I just want to play with cardboard all the time. So what I do, I am going to paint this cardboard. It took paint really, really well. I used their Sterling White Linen again, chalk paint. Couldn't believe it. Just took the paint so nicely. And what we're going to do is you'll see the painting here in a moment, but what we're going to do is we're going to take the macrame cord, and I'm going to cut 3 strips. We're going to do a bunch of these, but I'm going to cut 3 strips. I'm just going to tape it, to my mat, and we're going to braid it all the way down. Now, the first thing I do is I wrap tape around the top. That's kind of important. Then I tape it down. And then I'm going to braid all the way down. And then when I get down to the bottom, I will wrap the bottom with tape as well. And I made, I don't even know, 6, 7, 8 of these. And I mean, it could be varying lengths. It's basically, we're going to be wrapping the cardboard box with this fiber, this cotton macrame cord that is braided. And I got to tell you guys, the results, I couldn't believe it. I absolutely love it. So simple. Now, you don't need macrame cord. You could use twine. You could use yarn would be another one. You could use ribbon. You could just wrap in fabric. You could, the possibilities are endless. Again, this type of video is really Trash Treasures to give you a lot of inspiration and to look at your trash and look at things that you would normally throw away and try to see how you could upcycle them and what you could do with them. It's a great challenge. It's great. I think it's just so much fun. Can you tell? I love it. It's just a challenge to see what you can make with it. But look at how nicely that paint just takes to this cardboard box. I couldn't believe it because I was like, do I need to use gesso? Am I going to? Nope. It was just totally fine. All right. So sit back, relax, enjoy the music, and I will catch up with you in a little bit.
Reach your desire. Wait, put some color on those cheekbones. It's never too late. wish you put some color on those cheekbones. It's never too late for you to get well known. Put some color on those cheekbones. Oh, it's never too late for you to get well known. Gravel road, I've been asked to slow down. Fireplace, do you know how? Piles of paper, my desk is out. Who will care for the world out? Rest with me, close to curtains, brew some herbal tea.
So I did take a piece of this little fabric, burlap fabric, and put it on the bottom just to kind of have a little bit of a finished look. But you can see it was really easy to wrap my little macrame braids around and hot glue them. And so, yeah, I just really love this project so much. So I want to thank you all very much for joining me today. Thank you for being a subscriber of mine. And if you're not a subscriber, would absolutely love to have you as part of my YouTube family. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you have a very safe Memorial Day weekend. Thank you so much for watching.